Guys, on with the measurements. It's pretty cold in here, so I want to get them over and done with. 20.1. I'll take the heater quick, just don't leave the door open. You come across as such a little weirdo, man.
Yeah.
And that is 34.8. 25.4. Chest, no. Last week when I did this, I was wearing a padded sports bra. That padded sports bra is now in the wash, so this measurement will be smaller. I'll take the measurement anyway. We can still compare it. Oh, I'm freezing. Oh. 31.9. It's kind of hard to do this on yourself, at all. It's around 10.8. I'm gonna go eat me some porridge and I will evaluate, etc. in the next clip. What's up, guys? So I wanted to do an evaluation of this whole week and let you know how it went, what I did to get the results that I did, and how you can use what I did if you're wanting to do a longer, more sustained fat loss phase. What I have been doing this last week is something called a mini cut. So I'm currently bulking. For the long term, I really want to put some size on this tiny little frame that I've got. Before this week and after this week, I am bulking. The idea of this week was just to cut down on a little bit of body fat. Now, looking at my first video with the physique update, like, I literally don't really have that much fat on me at all. But I was just beginning to get a little bit uncomfortable with the extra podge I had on my midsection. I was in more severe deficit than I would have been in if I was doing a longer, more sustained cut. I was eating between 1,300 and 1,600 calories a day. Now I fitted this around not the most ideal situation. I mean, I'm happy with it. It just, like, it hasn't been the easiest, in the sense that I am living with Andrew's parents, bless their hearts for having me, and I don't want to be in their kitchen and I don't want to be filling their fridge up with Tupperware. So what I've been doing is I will pack my breakfast and my lunch, and then I will eat my evening meal with them. So I was allocating 1,000 calories for around 1,000 calories for my meals during the day, and then saving 500 to 600 calories for my evening meal, because I never knew what it was going to be, apart from that it was going to be delicious. If I was to be doing a longer cut, I would not have cut my calories as drastically, simply because I would have felt the effects of being in a depleted state much sooner, and the diet would have been much harder, and my metabolism would have slowed down much quicker, if that makes sense. I have done a video on calculating your calories for fat loss. I'll link it in the description box below, so if you're curious on the amount of calories you need to be eating for fat loss, please do check that video out. It will help you calculate a healthy amount of calories to be losing fat. How did I do it? Like I said, I've told you how many calories I was eating. I was eating kind of 3 meals a day, and then maybe 1 to 2 snacks, depending on how hungry I was. I've been doing a variation on intermittent fasting, so I've been pushing my food back as far as I can into the day, so that I might feel hungry on a morning, but I won't be feeling hungry on an evening, which I find is when all the cravings hit. So I was eating my first meal at around 11, 12, around lunchtime, and then I was getting more food in a shorter amount of time, rather than having the same amount of food in a longer amount of time. I also made sure I was drinking plenty of water during this. This is my little cup, which you've probably seen in the background of my videos. I love this. The straw is perfect for someone who is lazy like me. You don't even have to tip it up. I've been trying to drink, I haven't really been counting, but I drink as many of these as possible in the day. So I was maybe getting through 5 or 6 a day, maybe more. But I find that having a container, especially one with a straw, encourages me to drink more water, rather than if I was drinking it out of glass. What the f***'s wrong with you? Back to my show. With my training as well, I also switched that up. Before this week, I was doing kind of hypertrophy and strength-based workouts with minimal cardio, simply because I am one of those people who finds it hard to build muscle, and I feel that the more energy I'm expending doing cardio, I could be doing HIIT cardio, but I'm too lazy, could potentially be detrimental to any muscle gains I might make. I'm not saying that's the case for everyone, but for me, I feel that doing minimal cardio is better for me. In my training sessions, I was keeping the intensity nice and high. I was keeping it to supersets and adding in some kind of cardio things as well. If you are interested in my workouts, I have filmed the majority of them for that week, so please do have a look in other episodes of this series for my fat blasting workouts. And I also did 2 30-minute sessions on the stepper. I actually quite enjoyed doing it. Put a few layers on and watch YouTube videos. The time passes pretty quick. That was just low intensity steady state, so I had it on level 5 to level 7 and just watch YouTube videos for half an hour. My advice to anyone wondering about how much cardio they should be doing is use cardio as a tool. Don't run yourself into the ground doing an hour of cardio every day or doing it every day. Just use it when you need it. So I've been using it this week. I've probably been doing my heart rate was up a fair amount, and to be fair, I do feel like I've gotten fitter this week than I was. Excuse Andrew laughing in the background. He's watching YouTube videos that aren't mine. Piss off. I would always try and get away with doing minimal cardio, and then when you are wanting to lean down a little bit, add in 1 session, maybe 2 sessions a week. If you start plateauing, you can add in a little more or bring your food down a little more. That's cardio in a nutshell. So realistically, from a week of cutting, I wasn't expecting to be seeing that much progress, because generally you can't, you can't work wonders overnight, and you can't expect to see results within a week with any form of diet or weight loss, which is why a lot of people get demoralized after a week of yo-yo dieting and starving themselves. So I wasn't expecting to see any massive changes. I was expecting to see a little bit, because I had cut my calories quite drastically, as I've mentioned a million times. But I'm going to go through the measurements, and then after this you'll see the physique update. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. So right thigh on May the 1st, which was last Monday, it was 20.3 inches, and this week it was 20.1, so I've gone down 0.2 of an inch. My hips, so my hips and my glutes, they were 34.9 inches, and they've gone down to 34.8, so I've lost 0.1, which is absolutely fine by me. I don't want to be losing weight off my backside, because I've worked my arse off literally to get it to the size that it is from being a flat pancake. My waist was 25.9, and that's the area that I wasn't feeling particularly happy with, and that went down to 25.4, which is almost half an inch in a week, which I was pretty impressed by, I have to say. My chest, we can't really use this because I was wearing a padded bra last week, and I'm not bothered about seeing any difference in my chest size, but for reference, last week it was 32.5 with my padded sports bra on, and this week with no padding, it was 31.9. Wow, that's small. Shout out if you're in the itty bitty titty committee. And last but not least, as you'll see, as you've probably already seen, I kind of was struggling to measure my own bicep, but so I don't know how accurate this was, but last week Andrew measured it at 11 inches, and this week it's 10.8, so I've gone down 0.2. So overall, I'm pretty surprised by that, but happy, and I am feeling a little bit tighter, especially in my midsection. Again, I just want to remind you that within a week you're not going to, especially if you're doing a longer cut, you're not going to be seeing changes that quickly. Be patient and stick at it and trust the process. If you're doing things right and right for your body and not doing anything drastic, the results will come, I promise. So stick in there. I hope this series has helped you guys. I will be carrying on with the more regular uploads, like I've said, and thank you so much for watching me this week. I love doing the daily uploads. I will see you in the next video. Bye.
talk anymore. I'd like to